your favorite band once played at the clubs. And maybe your next favorite band is just waiting for you to discover them. What's up, everyone? It's Dave Wallace from the Medal of Honor channel, and this is the first episode of a brand new show. It's just going to be a short monthly show. It's a bit of a spotlight for unsigned bands or the people that work with them, I guess I should say. And this is called Locally Sourced, and as you probably know, I was in unsigned bands for a long time, many different bands over the years since high school, and in fact, a little precursor before I actually get to the main part of the show. All of the music on all of my shows that is not, a featured artist is basically music of mine. If you hear an intro to the show, music that's playing in the background, the outro during the credits, all of that is stuff of mine. Some of it's some rock and acoustic stuff, some classical stuff. On every show on my channel, and most of the stuff you hear is metal. And that is mostly from my band Thorn Fetish. We actually have been defunct for the last 8 years now. It's my fault, I moved away. Just before moving away though, we recorded what for me would be my grand opus, I guess. The work that I am most proud of all the music that I've ever done in my life. The production is phenomenal, it's heavy, it's catchy, and I put a lot of work into it along with the other members of the band, and myself, and again, guitarist Cage is also probably very proud of this. Is some of our finest work that we've ever done. The album was called Evolution. It's the CD of it there. I have almost no copies of this. I have like maybe 2 of these. And again, really proud of it. Never really did very much with it. Other stuff that I've done was able to get out to the public, not so much this album in a grand scale anyways. And so I have finally, for so many people have been asking me since I started this channel, how can I hear some more of your music? People really like it. So I finally made a Bandcamp page, and you can go and you can actually download, there's 15 tracks on here. You can download the whole album, the digital version of it, for $7. Or you can, buy single tracks if you want. Also, you can donate as much as you want. You don't just have to pay $7. But those who also have been asking how they can support the channel, well, that's a great way. You can get something out of it too. So go to thornfetish.bandcamp.com and you can check out the whole album on there. Again, I'm super proud of it. You can just go in there and take a listen to it, see what you think. So far, a lot of people have been telling me how they're blown away by the production, which was in no small part due to our drummer on this album, who's also our producer and the guy who recorded it as well, and that was Ryan Heath. So, but yeah, and again, like I said, I'm super proud of this, and I wish I had done more with it. I'm glad I get to use it, and in all this music of mine that I use in these shows, I do that so that way I don't have to pay somebody else. I don't have to give away the rights. I can just use my own music and enhance this show a little bit. Anyway. We need to get going, so let's move on to the first episode of Locally Sourced, and we're going to start with not a band, but a management company. One that is very near and dear to my heart. I'm actually wearing this hoodie here of hers, and I'm doing it for you, Yvonne, because this is Southern Florida and it's fucking hot. There it is, Voodoo Queen. Voodoo Queen Management. Now, Voodoo Queen Management is currently based in northern Illinois, Braceville actually, just on the kind of outskirts of Chicago. But they actually started out in Overland, Missouri, and this is where I met them before they were a management company. Voodoo Management is Yvonne Loveland, she's the Voodoo Queen, and her husband, Tony Loveland, who is a phenomenal drummer and is well known for playing in bands like Force of Habit out of Chicago. He's been playing in quite a few bands over the years, and he is currently in a band called Shallow State. And these guys, when I first met them, they started out just putting on shows. Yvonne has a big heart. She's only this tall, but her heart is huge, and she loves taking care of bands and being a part of, she's got a very, I guess, motherly aspect about her. And when I first met her, you know, they were down in St. Louis and we were from Chicago area, and they invited us down to play. They put us in their home for the weekend. They fed us. They made sure that we got paid a little something. It's really difficult for bands out there, you know, local bands and unsigned bands who are trying to be up and coming. A lot of times, man, they're making next to nothing. Sometimes they're only making what they get off merch. And Yvonne was always good about, you know, bands that were coming from out of town and making sure that they got something, you know, make sure they get their gas money and get going. Just a truly wonderful person with a big heart who truly cared. And so I'm kind of responsible a little bit for this whole management thing because I pushed her into being our manager. I had been burned by some management companies in the past, and you know, knew that she was just a genuine person and that I wanted her to be on our side more. So I asked her to actually be our manager, and she considered it and took that job, and then carried it on with other bands as well. And now that's what she's doing. Again, they've moved to Illinois, but she covers bands not only in the Midwest, not only in the US anymore, and she helped us tour all over the country and play, but now it's worldwide. Voodoo Queen has got bands in Europe now too, so they're up and coming, doing a lot of great stuff. I've listened to all the bands on her roster. There's some fucking awesome bands, and I'm going to be showing them in coming months as they send their demos and stuff into me to talk about on here. But I wanted to, number one, just make sure that you check out Yvonne and Voodoo Queen Management. Please do me a favor and take the time, go to Facebook and just look up Voodoo Queen Management and check out all the bands around there. There's some really cool stuff. You know, one thing that I learned a long time ago, people would always come up to us and say, "You guys are so good, how are you not bigger than this?" And the simple answer is because people don't go out and support bands enough, especially on a local scene. You know, they want to save all their money for big name bands, and a lot of times those concerts end up disappointing them. And you go to a local event, it's a lot of fun. Now, it's really difficult to do that these days because, I mean, let's face it, nobody wants to stand in a bar with a mask on all night. But yeah, these bands, you know, when they can, they're out there still doing it. So if you are anywhere in the Midwest, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and you see a flyer for a show coming that says Voodoo Queen Productions or Voodoo Queen Management, go check out that show because that's going to be a badass metal band, all right? Check that out. She has several bands that she is working with, and like I said, I'm going to cover some of them in upcoming episodes. One of them I'm going to do right now. Yvonne, I love you. This thing's got to come off. I am fucking frying here. Murder Machine. This is what happens when you got your own show. People send you cool t-shirts and CDs. Here it is, Murder Machine. Really like the aesthetic going on here, the whole red and black and white thing. Murder Machine, these guys are based out of St. Louis, of course. Several of the guys in here I know. I've actually shared the stage with some of these guys from bands like Viricide and Bare Knuckle Conflict and some others. So I've shared the stage with these guys a few times, not this particular lineup, but some of the members of this band, and I know how aggressive and badass they are at playing. They describe their music as punishing, aggressive, melodic groove metal. Pretty accurate. I would actually probably add in one of those cores, you know, like metalcore, grindcore, deathcore. I actually don't really know the difference between any of those cores, but anyway, I don't know, it sounds like a modern style that would probably fit into one of those categories. You know, when I hear like death vocals, so I just instantly go death metal. I know it's much broader than that. These guys definitely are an in-your-face band. I can tell that they're definitely a band to see live. They've kind of got the aesthetic transferred not only from the album cover and the t-shirt, but also into their look. They have a very Hitman vibe going on stage with the red ties, white shirt, and black pants, and looking slick up there. And I'm gonna let you hear a little bit of their music from this demo CD. We're gonna play A Martyr in Sheep's Clothing, a portion of it anyway. Check this out. there you go. It's definitely a very aggressive and in your face. I can tell that these guys are meant to be seen live. I understand that they're working on a full-length album and that they're working on better production. This one, I mean, I definitely get a great feel of what the band is like. Like I said, I know some of these guys. I know what their sound is like. It sounds like whoever produced this one, it's a little demo-y in the sense that it's like, you know, the vocals and cymbals are up here, the guitars are back here. It's metal, so I want to see them kind of level that out, but I understand that that's actually what they're working on right now. But what I needed to know about this band, I got from this, and that's just the vibe that these guys are heavy, aggressive, in your face, and you're probably going to feel like you got knocked out, but in a good way if you go check them out. So you can listen to more of their music, more of this compilation here on Reverb Nation. Just check out Murder Machine on Reverb Nation. It's a great place for a lot of bands to post their music. And check them out. And if you see them, right now they don't have any shows booked at the moment just because, you know, again, fucking COVID. But if you see them anywhere in the Midwest, and certainly you'll definitely check them out in St. Louis if you're in that area, go see Murder Machine and check them out and show them some support, all right? Okay, so that's how this show's gonna go. It's short and sweet, and you know, you get a little bit of music and a whole lot of information there in a little 10-minute show. So that's it for this time. Make sure you want to know more about this and of course my other shows, then hit the subscribe button and let you know when there's other stuff. There's that little bell symbol on there, you know, so check that out. So that's gonna be it for now, and we'll see you next time.